Shine bright like a diamond. 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 I'm singing because I'm happy and I'm excited. I'm going to be talking to at Sherryl's World today. At Sherryl's World on Instagram and at Sherryl's World. She's on YouTube as well. So guys, tune in. Hi, Fleet International. Stay tuned. I'm going to be talking to at Sherryl's World on Instagram about sex. Ooh, sex, health, and fitness, and her I was gonna say client transformation, but her own transformation was amazing. So I'm gonna find out a bit more about her. I'm gonna add her now, and we're gonna get cracking, baby. Let's go. I'm looking forward to this one. Yeah, looking forward to this one. I love when I just away. That's what I like. Shine bright like a diamond. Accept my love.
Hey! Hold on. Let me just adjust.
Yes. Oh, you look beautiful. So beautiful, man.
Oh no, honestly, I'm mashed up. Hold on. Why is this not doing what it's supposed to do? Hold on.
Okay.
You know what it is? I'm too low, innit? Hold on.
Yeah, just a little bit up. So I can see your... Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. How are you, man? When you're ready, man.
Great, babes. How are you?
Yeah. I'm good. Thank you so much. I've just been up in your eye for the last 2 days. I'm looking at your YouTube and you're on Twitter as well.
You know what? I'm so crap on Twitter. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
My Twitter has been neglected completely.
But your YouTube is it's warming up now this year. I've noticed the last couple of months it's warming up. You used to do what's it? The extra biscuit slumber party.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You did it, girl.
I did it. That was hilarious. Like a bunch of women just sitting down talking about their sexual experiences and stuff. That's amazing. Yeah. It's like today I wanted to talk to you about your health, your training. I've seen you I haven't seen you training as much, but I've seen the transformation over the few months. Yeah. And sex, because that's your hot topics on your page.
That's my area, girl.
Yeah, so tell people who you are and a little bit about what you do.
Okay, so I'm Sherryl and I'm currently training to be a psychosexual therapist. So that's my whole thing. My whole thing is empowering
You're one already. Sorry, you are one already.
Okay, yeah, but you know what? I want it on paper so that I can legitimately say to people, like, this is legit doctor shit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not just like me deciding what it is. It's like real and above board. So yeah, so I'm doing that. So I'm studying for that. But my main thing at the moment is empowering women to basically have the best kind of sex, best holistic sex and relationships that they have. Because as women, we just don't. A lot of women, they don't have the kind of sex that they should be having. And also, can I just also say, apologies because my voice sounds a bit suspect because I've got a bit of a cold. So if I sound like I've been punched in my face.
That's okay.
Just letting you know in case you're thinking, why does she sound like that though?
It sounds sexy, man. And you got that natural sexy voice for it. Like you got the voice for someone who for radio.
You know what?
I can listen to you without seeing you.
I used to do radio. Like presenting was my first kind of dip in the kind of entertainment industry. So I do voiceovers. I do like audio porn. I create like stories and that kind of thing. So audio, the whole voice artist thing is another sort of string on my bow, so to speak. But for the most part, I'm about creating content to empower women really, and men as well.
And I was gonna say you empower men as well. Even though some of them leave like stupid comments, isn't it, on your YouTube? Stupid comments. It's like it sounds so insecure.
It's hyper-masculinity gone crazy. Men cannot take it when a woman speaks her truth or speaks up the facts. They always have to kind of bash it. Do you know what I mean?
So, some men can't take that. It's a bit too much for them. They've got to be super alpha, you know? So you have a podcast now? You got a podcast that you're doing now?
Yeah, I do.
How did you get into the podcast radio type of lifestyle? Okay,
here's the joke. So before anything, acting was my first love. I was like, oh my God, straight out of college, I'm going to make films. I'm going to be an actress. That was my thing. I'm going to write, because I've always written like poetry, scripts. That was me. Yeah, I'm going to be that. Anyway, it was my friend's daughter's dad said to me, Cheryl, you chat enough, innit? Want to do a chat show on my radio?
You chat enough.
I was like, what? It was like, yeah, come. So that was my first kind of step. It was like an online radio station. So I did that for a little while. And then this guy randomly hit me up. I think it was on Facebook. And he was like, call me. And I was like, who is this guy? So he kept messaging. Eventually I was like, okay, I'm just going to see what this person is. Because it didn't seem like it was just someone trying. It was like someone that was really trying to kind of get me to speak to them or whatever.
Yeah.
Turns out it was one of the best things I ever did, because he took me from that station to another station in West London, which was also pirate, but it was a bit more established, had a few names on there and everything. And then from there, the same guy got me onto Bang Radio, which is now obviously The Beat. So we all know The Beat.
Wow, yeah.
So I was on Bang for a few years. I did the breakfast show on a Saturday. I did the most chat shows on there. Big up Ivor for the chat shows. Yeah, so I've done that. And then from there, I've always felt kind of restricted on platforms like radio, because obviously there's a lot of things in place. So that's where the podcasting kind of came in. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do this podcast. I'm going to just talk the things. So the Slumber Party was kind of born out of Tea and Biscuits were the podcast. Sorry, I'm really babbling, but Tea and Biscuits was the podcast.
That's all right. No.
Me and my friend Jan, big up Jan, Mad News, we did a podcast together. And out of that, because we kind of touched on like sexy subjects, I was like, you know what, I'm going to do a little spin-off. She was like, do it. So I did a little spin-off, and it was like, you know, talking like more sexual and stuff like that. Yeah. And then from that, I was like, you know what, we need to make this visual. And that's where the Slumber Party was born out of. And yeah, that's
amazing. Yeah. You're so creative. Like, you can be doing one thing and then you get an idea from something that you've already created and then do a spin-off on that. That's really cool, man. So
it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. And you know, sometimes it's a bit of it's a blessing and a curse, because you're always on the thing.
Yeah,
and then you can move on sometimes without finishing shit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have that sometimes. Well, I get an idea and I just think, let me go with it. Like I just wanted to do the interviews when I'm like, but you show content of you training to motivate people. Now you're just sitting there and chatting to people. But it's like, you know what? I'm like, I don't care. It's something that I'm passionate about, and I want to know people's stories. Like, that's one of the reasons why I kind of went to a gym, was to meet people and hear their stories and help them out. So that's what I wanted to do. Your weight loss, what triggered it? What triggered it?
Girl, let me tell you.
There's a whole new woman.
Listen, when I tell you this top, this shirt alone, right? When I tell you, this shirt was a tight thing, you know. This is so loose, it's like a dress on me.
No, it's nice, but it feels good, in it?
It feels so good. One day, I literally stood there in front of the mirror, and I was like, no, this ain't it. This is not it. I've always been confident, never had problems getting man, you know the ones. Like, never that. It was just, I've had an up and down relationship with fitness anyway. You know, I've always enjoyed doing the gym. Like in school, it was like I used to do like sprints and 800 meters. My dad was really into fitness and stuff like that. So fitness was never something that I shied away from. Yeah. I like my food as well.
Yeah, and you can cook, girl.
Right? And genetically, you know, it's all of that, you know.
Yeah, you're lucky, man.
And, well, I don't know whether it's what you call lucky when it's a fight to get it off.
Yeah, have boobs. I've had big boobs once in my life when I was pregnant.
You said once? How did it feel?
I had 2 babies, so I kind of like, having big breasts was lovely, man. Yeah. But because I was pregnant, I couldn't really show them off, but I did. I don't care. I used to wear shirts and just have the top 3 buttons just open, where I just have the tits there. But now I've got like lemons, but good shaped lemons.
Well, at least they're good shape. You know what I've noticed? I'm not even going to lie to you. Like the weight loss, I'm like, listen, if these shrink anymore, you're going to see me on a flipping...
Yeah, they will. Your breast will start to shrink as well, definitely.
Not feeling that. I'm not feeling that.
Yeah, they will. But if it's genetic, your body will slim down, but your breast will stay big. But sometimes they do, they get looser. So you've got to do a lot of upper body work to tighten here. Because when you tighten there, they start to lift slightly, but not perky.
I have noticed that. I have noticed, because I do think it's genetic. Like when I look at the women in my family, like a lot of us are like upper and lower. So I haven't lost that much. Just obviously you will lose some fat because that's an area that holds fat.
Yeah.
Right? So I have noticed a difference, but I'm just like, listen, I can't be, no, we need to stop that. So I am doing a lot of kind of,
you don't want it to get smaller.
Not even smaller. I don't want to look like I've got empty like bags of sugar.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah,
I like
you gotta do these ones. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I do a lot of that.
And then some push-ups.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, and then lift the weight like this.
Mhm.
And then kind of like diagonal. You know, when you go like this diagonally, when you go like that diagonal, naturally your tits start to lift when you do that anyway.
They do.
Yeah, so just to lift the weight with it.
Because when you're doing certain exercises, you can literally feel like the muscle. But I mean, I've got some pec control, you know. I can flex, you know.
You can flex your pecs.
I can flex my pecs.
I can't do it anymore. There's nothing there.
I don't know if you can see that.
You see?
Hold on.
Ah, yeah, I can see it. Yeah. I can see it. Like, your personality is amazing. Like, you're so relatable online.
Oh,
like, you're so relatable. I don't think anyone could watch you and not relate. Because you just, I don't know what it is. Yeah, you're really welcoming. You have a sassy, confident voice, and you have knowledge on what you're talking about. And that's what makes it even more sexy. Yeah, I love watching your videos. And my brother, his name's Raphael. I think he follows you. His name's Raphael Lambert on here, and he loves you. Like, he really, really loves you.
Oh.
About 2 weeks ago, he was at my house, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna interview Sherryl's World," and he's like, "What? Sherryl's World? What? Is like one that talks about sex?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "I fucking love her, man. I love her. Tell her I love her." I said, "I will. I'll make her know." He loves it because there's not. I don't know a lot of bold women and just confident women to talk about sex in the way that you do. No one does that in the UK. Who does it?
I don't know.
I don't hear it.
The thing is, I just feel like there's a space that is kind of ignored.
Yeah, and it's something that we do every day. People do it every day.
Yeah, and I think there are definitely people out there, you know, talking about sex and normalizing the conversation around sex. I know some amazing people that are, you know, so big them up.
But not how you're doing it.
Is it?
Not how you do it. No.
You see, I don't know. I try not to kind of look too tough at what other people are doing in that respect. I can only...
Yeah, you can tell.
I can only do what I think feels right to me. So if I want to talk about masturbation, I'm going to talk about masturbation. I'm going to do a really... I'm not going to look and see how somebody else addressed it, because then that's going to influence how I'm going to do it, and then it's not authentic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and all of your stuff is very authentic, like very authentic. I saw on your YouTube page there was a cervical screening for pH balance for your vagina, outer course. I didn't even know they called it outer course. Masturbation.
It's a more PC term, babes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. It's a nice term. But I was like, oh wow, I didn't even know. A lot of things I've watched on your page, and I thought, oh, I didn't know that. Shit.
Really? Oh, see, that's good. That's the aim.
I'm a bit upset.
That's the aim, then.
I shouldn't have had sex. Why am I having sex? I don't know these things. I don't get it.
But I think it's always a learning curve, though. There's always something to learn when it comes to sex.
Definitely.
You know, you could be 10 years deep in the sex game and still you're going to learn stuff. And I think with people as well, the differences are amazing. And that's what I find so intriguing about this whole kind of psychosexual therapy journey. And even just the stuff that I do online, people will DM me and ask me questions. And it's like, okay, that's wild. Like, situations are just crazy. And but they're normal to those people. And that's what I love about the variation around sex. Nothing is normal. Sorry, there's no such thing as abnormal, rather. Everything is normal.
Yeah, and I love that. One of the ladies on your on the extra biscuit, she was like, if I was dating a white man and he told me go sleep with a black man, I'm doing it.
was like,
can't
I
remember who
love
that
that.
was, you know. I
It
can't
was a
remember
white lady. She was gorgeous, and she was just like, if my partner, if her partner's white, and he's like, they like to, some partners like to watch their other partner sleep with people, and they like
Oh,
to
yeah.
watch. She was like, if her man was white, and he said, yeah, go and do it with a black man so I can watch with a black man. She said, yeah, I'll do it straight away. I love that about her, that they could just speak so freely. And also, it was good seeing Sasha, you know, Sasha Chantal. It was good seeing her.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good seeing her talk as well, because I was thinking, Sasha? In my head, she don't have sex, isn't it? So I'm like, no.
Stop
You
it.
went college. You went college. You're not allowed to have sex. You don't have sex.
Don't.
But it was good to
I'll be
see her
upset.
like talking
Yeah.
about it, expressing. It was amazing, man.
She's such a
So
sweetheart. I know what you mean about
yeah,
this. She's such a sweetheart. Yeah.
yeah, she is, and that's where guys, that's where I met Cheryl for the first time. Was at was it radio? We did an
Radar.
interview.
It
Yeah,
was
Radar
Radar.
Radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were hilarious then,
Oh,
man. You
don't.
kept the interview going. It was
Oh, no.
fun. And then what's her name? DJ K,
Kaylee. Yeah.
DJ
Big up the
Kaylee. She's hard.
homie.
And what I love about you and her, like ever since that day, you guys have just constantly shown me love.
Yeah.
You know, and
Because
I
you're so
really
sweet.
appreciate
I
that.
mean, your vibe was just live as well. And I'm
Yeah,
definitely a vibey person. Like if I
yeah,
click with someone, we're cool for like ever. As long as you want it
yeah.
to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I'm like that as well. And you can tell with all the selfies on your page, like there's when you go to events and you just take loads of selfies, you've got so much
Mm.
different the people in your selfie. You can tell that you're like sort of like an ambivert. You can be in and out.
Definitely. You know something? I think that's it. I'm in and I'm out. I'm very private, but at the same time,
Mm,
I'm very.
yeah, it's a good
Do you know
balance,
what I mean?
man. Yeah, it's a good balance. Is Chevel's World like a registered business?
No, it's not. I should. You
What?
know what? One of my friends keeps saying to me, register it. I should,
Yeah,
shouldn't I? I know.
yeah,
It's
because I
not.
thought it was. You
No,
should,
it's
'cause
not.
it's really really good, man. Um,
I mean, that
we
is
talk
my
about
name. Cheryl is my name.
yeah.
So I kind of feel like if someone's going to nick that and register it, you're taking the piss.
Yeah, it's got to be
Unless
you
it's your name.
only. Yes, it's got to be you to do it. What's you always talking about sex and stuff, but what's your dating like?
Okay. So, yeah, you know, we do what we do. You know, the thing is, right, I need to cross my legs for this one. The thing is, don't make me start coughing now, okay? I do have you know what? I'm very reluctant to talk about my personal life, and I tell you why.
Yeah. Okay.
I tell you why. The only reason why is, you know, we all have sex. Let's just put it out there. We all do shit, yeah. But I think when you start talking about your own private life, it then becomes a thing where when you talk about other stuff that might not be in line with your life. So if I'm with someone and then I start talking about how it is to be single, then that's almost like, who the hell are you to be sort of telling me what and how I should be moving in this space as a single person?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And it opens a space for someone to be able to judge that. And that's smart.
And as you said before, I want to be able to speak to everybody. I don't want to exclude anybody. I think if you're a woman, whether you're single, dating, just kicking it, cheating, having multiple partners, whatever it is that you're doing, I want you to feel that there's still stuff that's relatable. I don't want people to feel that I'm in a position to judge in any way. Because I think there's so much judgment around sex anyway.
There is.
So do you know what I'm saying? So if you're going to hear me start talking about stuff and I'm with someone and I'm telling you, you know, the best way to get a man is, do you know what I'm trying to say?
But your knowledge of this sexual, the sexual information you're giving off, it's not, does it stem from some of your personal life and some of what you've been learning over the years?
Some of it definitely. I think you can't give advice without experiencing certain things for yourself. Yeah. So there is definitely situations, and I will sort of personalize stuff where it's kind of apt.
Yeah, you know I mean? And you do in your videos. Sometimes you're like you'll say something, and then you'll be like, oh, but not that I do it, but da-na-na-na-na. And then I'm like, oh, okay. Well, sometimes you're like, I fucking love that as well about this.
Yeah.
You know? Have you noticed that when I talk about like you, I'm doing my shoulders. I don't know why I'm doing that. But you do this thing where like I can do an impression of you. You have your hands on your thighs, yeah, and then you like, and guys, ooh, you know, you do this like, guys. I'm just like, like I'm at a strip club when I'm watching you. You know, when you get excited, it's like, and guys, guess what? And you know that I'm like, who, what?
Oh shit!
I'm so intrigued. Like it's like you go into character, but it's you. It's naturally you. Like it's you know, Beyonce has that Sasha Fierce girl, like the alter ego. Your alter ego comes out with the sexual, and you just ooze in it. Like it's lovely. I love it.
So crazy. I didn't realize.
No, it's good. Don't stop doing it. It's good. I love that about you. And you did one with Meat Mills and was it vibrating panties? What's that? What did he want?
Yeah, I think there was something going around. Amazon had put out some vibrating panties, and Meek must have just commented on it, and I was just like reacting to it, and it just kind of shows, because I think guys still have this thing about sex toys. Where sex toys are concerned, there's still a massive disconnect. I think you have the guys that think it's a replacement for their dicks when it's not.
Yeah, it's not. You want to add
It's really
it.
not. It's an added layer, babes. And I always say to guys, like, embrace it. Like, even use it on yourself. Like, and I know some guys, what are you talking about? I ain't gonna use it.
Yeah. I'm not gay. Shut up. Yeah.
You know something that really upsets me when people say I'm not gay. What?
Yeah,
what
me
is
too.
gay got to do with
you? Do you know what I mean? Yourself. Yeah.
Being gay is a sexuality. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've had a lot of people say that to me.
Don't even get me started with a lot of guys when you start talking about the sexuality continuum, because but I always say, like, sex toys shouldn't be a threat. It's an enhancement to sexual pleasure, and guys, if you actually got involved, then you might understand that a bit better. But then I suppose it's how you're brought up and what you're exposed to and all of that.
Yeah.
So.
What would be a reason what do you think would be a reason why a man would be insecure pleasuring his girl with a dildo?
Probably because, well, size, for one. Dildos generally tend to be bigger than a real penis. Well, okay, I shouldn't say generally, but obviously when you have a dildo of a certain size, you know, you're looking at maybe 9, 10 inches. Average penis is what, 6 to 7 inches erect. So if you've got like this...
Sorry, that's too small. It's too small for me. I'm sorry. Well, 7?
It's about 7 inches erect. That's the average.
Wow.
So what
some lucky guys out there.
It's
got to be. Yeah, it's got to be like 9, 10 and a half.
You see, I think it's not necessarily about the size. I really do believe that. I think girth does help, but width maybe, because it depends how you're set up.
It's got to. I don't know. It's got to be. I feel like my G spot's further up.
Right.
So
okay.
I don't think he can get it.
it's how you're set up. It's how you're internally. I understand that. So maybe it's not necessarily the size. It's the position.
Yeah.
Because you see, positions are a lot. Positions make you know, most guys like missionary for obvious reasons, but for a lot, but for a lot, it's what? Sorry.
Crap. Missionary's crap.
Missionary's fine at times.
Yeah.
But when you hit a woman from the back,
it's different.
It's a different ballgame. And I think that's because, again, it depends how you're set up as a woman, but also just taking into account that the clitoris is also an organ that's inside the body. So a lot of men and a lot of women think that what you see on the outside that you play with, they think that's it. That's the whole clitoris. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Okay? The clitoris is an organ that literally sits
right behind there.
Right behind it. So you can imagine, if you're hitting me from the back, you can be hitting my clitoris from the back. So in terms of stimulation, when it comes to orgasms, you know, a lot of women say they can't have vaginal orgasms. There's a school of thought. Well, I don't think it's true. I just think they haven't been stimulated in the correct way, because I think there's a massive school of thought. Well, there's a massive school of thought that says that vaginal orgasms are actually clitoral orgasms, but it's just from a different angle. Although, well, it's almost like a contradiction, because you can have G-spot orgasms as well. Like if your G-spot is stimulated. Look, I'm really going like this and doing all this. But you can have like a G-spot.
It's true.
You can have a G-spot orgasm, but a lot of the time, vaginal orgasms that women have is because their clitoris is being stimulated, but from a different angle. So when you're getting a back shot and you want to come, that's because, well, mostly, or 9 times out of 10, it's because your clitoris is being stimulated from the back. Because if you think about how it sits,
it's true.
You're coming in like that, it's going to rub. And that rubbing kind of sensation, the same way when you rub the clitoris from the front, is going to stimulate you, and eventually you're going to blow. So, yeah.
So what about the women that, like, some women are getting, doing doggy style, but they're rubbing their own clit while they're doing it?
That too. So you're getting double stimulation. So you're stimulating from the front and you're getting stimulated from the back.
Blood clot. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I need to start having sex again.
I think you should. But can I just say, not to discount the fact that some people do genuinely have vaginal orgasms. I just think for the most part, when a woman has it's because her clitoris has been stimulated from a different angle. For the most part.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. What do you call the after effect of when you orgasm as a woman? Because our body starts to do this thing, like when it's our legs start to shake, and then like we get a pulsing on the, when you pulse on it. Like, what is that?
It's just your body reacting.
That's amazing,
it's just
man.
a physical reaction. I don't know if there's an actual name for it. I would call it orgasmic tremors or orgasmic aftermath. So it's part of the orgasm. It's
just like, I've heard stories of women that been in a relationship. My mum had a friend, been in a relationship for 15 years with a man. She couldn't get pregnant. So they separated. And then within 3 years of knowing a new man, she got pregnant. Is there some sort of chemistry connection where the bodies don't connect? And that happens, isn't it? I knew
compatibility. 1,000%. I think people underestimate how uneasy it is to get pregnant. Obviously, for the most part, you go around, you sleep around, there's a chance you might get pregnant, but it's not as easy as people think, and people only appreciate that when they run into difficulties, like what you're saying there. Your mum's friend, how many years, can't get pregnant, meet someone else, bam, it's in the back.
It's about compatibility. Everyone was chatting her,
and just what's happening.
Everyone was what? Everyone was chatting her. I was a kid. I remember hearing it. Like all the adults were talking about her. Yeah, and she met someone and she pregnant straight away. I was like, bro.
Already? I want that.
Yeah. But everyone was like, that's crazy that happened. But I was thinking if they were educated, they would have known that it's a chemistry thing. She just wasn't connecting with this man that she was with for a long time. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think it's biology. I think it's biology, chemistry, and a whole lot of other things at play. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely, man. And would you do an audio book?
Yeah.
I want to buy that now. Yeah. I'm ready to buy it now. I'm just letting you know. Yeah, I'm ready for it. An audio book. Because I'm like, when I listen to the audios, I'm like, oh, I wonder if you could what would your book be called?
I mean, I have kind of, I don't like to say, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and then it doesn't happen. But I'm kind of working on a little something. It's not audio. So. It's not audio as start. I mean, I do audio regularly anyway. Like I record, like I said, audio porn, like sexy stories and that kind of stuff. I mean, I write them and record them and read other people's and stuff like that. But
it's amazing.
Yeah, definitely writing a little something. Yeah, there's always something.
Yeah, you should. I can't wait for that. That's going to be good. Back to your transformation.
Yeah.
What do you eat like? What do you eat now that's different to what you was eating before?
Okay, so I'm definitely more mindful when it comes to food, because I think like a lot of people, a lot of my socializing was around eating out. If that's meetings, let's go and eat. Let's go grab something. Yeah. And it was always, I'm going to go for what I want rather than what I know I should eat. And often that involved making unhealthy choices, if I'm honest. Do you know what I mean? We're going to do the full menu rather than maybe just a main and done. We're going to do starter,
Yeah.
main and dessert. So because we like to eat, you know. But
I love food.
trust me. But trust me, food and sex, like the two, just they work.
It's the best thing. It's the best thing.
They work
You
together.
know?
So I think it's just been making more healthy choices. I mean, I'm not a massive meat eater anyway, so you know, just kind of sticking more to seafood.
Meat eater. You're not a massive meat eater.
Not really,
That's
no.
good. You love prawns, isn't it? You love
I
prawns.
love seafood. Seafood all day,
Me
every day.
too.
All
Me too.
day. So it's just a lot of that, and then you know, a lot more veg, incorporating more veg, and kind of curbing the
Drink more
snacking.
water.
Listen,
more water.
I live for water, babes.
Oh.
That's never been a problem. For me,
Yeah.
water has... I don't drink anything else. I only drink water and tea. I don't drink fizzy drinks. The only alcohol I drink is rum.
Well, that's why you... girl, I'm a rum girl as well. Yeah, we'll have a good time. So that's why your skin's so good. Because you drink loads of water.
Good? Oh my god.
Yeah, man. Your skin is lovely. Trust me, man. That's good that you eat that. Do you prep your food when you go out and stuff?
I'm not gonna lie. I do try to kind of. It depends because I work from home. I have basically have everything. I have everything here.
Okay.
Excuse me. So I can pretty much, you know, do as long as I've got everything in the house. Then there's no fear of kind of like snacking on shit. It's just making sure. And main meals that I try to prepare, or at least mentally know what I'm going to have, so that it's not just okay, let's just bung this in the oven rather than cook something.
That's good. That's good. It's more organized with the food in. Did you kind of monitor your weight loss, like in a book? Were you writing down, oh, this month I'm this much and that month? Yeah. Definitely. How much did you lose in total? So
far, I've lost 3 stone. Just over 3 stone, 3.5 stone. I've lost and that was since August last year. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So that's since August. So wow, I've got another, I'd say another 2 stone to go. Oh wow, girl. And I think like I wouldn't worry about the stones because you figured out a way how to lose the weight. So you just have to keep that going. There is that. And you know what else I've also noticed? Obviously, weightlifting. Oh my goodness. Weightlifting has been a game changer for me. Because I always felt it does. But you know what? I've always shied away from weightlifting because I thought, as I said, I'm quite a big girl anyway. And I always thought that weightlifting is going to make me blonde. So I didn't want to look. Yeah. It burns back quicker. Yeah. This is me. So understanding that actually weightlifting is helping to kind of keep everything toned. I know it weighs more on the scale, but it doesn't have to make you look blam. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, yeah. And muscle is heavier than, your muscle's heavier than fat. So when you do your BMI, it doesn't take into account that you have muscle. It's only doing your water and your fat mass and all of that. So when people are seeming heavier, it's because you've built muscle and your fat's been burnt down. Don't think that you're putting on more weight. Do you know what I mean? It's good. So it takes you into like if I feel like we were talking about body dysmorphia in DMs, remember? And my husband mentioned it before, like saying that there's clients that we have where they get to a result where they're the perfect weight, but they're not happy with what they see. Yeah. Like, when do you get to a point where I've trained for 2 years now? I must feel different. I must look different. Do you know what I mean? It's hard. Yeah. It is hard. I think because especially if you're used to looking a certain way and sort of dressing in a way that's gonna kind of compliment you and sort of hide shit, then suddenly it's like, oh, okay, so I can that's fine like that. I don't need to worry about it. It does take a while for the brain to catch up. I'm so sorry. It does take a minute. I think everyone has a level of body dysmorphia at some point in their life, but I think it's worse when you've lost a lot of weight. It does take a minute to catch up. Yeah. My dysmorphia is my weight loss. Like I can lose weight in days.
But
Yeah.
it's because I used to think, what's going on? Like, why this and why that? But I got diagnosed with overactive thyroids, and
Ah,
overactive thyroids, you lose weight, loads.
yeah.
I was like, couldn't I have the under one so I could gain the
But,
weight?
but you're
I'd rather
fine,
have the
babes.
under one. I
You
want the
look
under
amazing.
one though.
No, you look
Yeah,
amazing. You are literally body goals.
yeah, I look amazing and I feel amazing. But when I have something that when I'm working towards 65 kg and I build there and I get there, and then something happens and I just lose the weight,
Hmm.
and I'm like trying. It's like it's
Yeah.
silly. But I'm not trying to be a certain size or anymore. I'm just having fun with it right now, trying to keep people motivated. So it's not a big of a deal, but it used to really bother me when I
Hmm.
didn't understand why I kept just losing weight like this and I'm trying to gain it, you know? I think when you're
Yeah.
short, when you're really short, even though I'm tall, but when you're really short,
Are you
you kind
tall?
of, yeah, I'm 6'2".
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. That's right.
Um, take away the one from the six, yeah?
I was gonna
No, but
say,
I
yeah.
feel tall.
I
I
remember
feel
you
tall.
towering above me. Yeah.
No, I'm a midget, man. I'm tiny. I'm sweet and tiny. You know, they say small things come, great things come in small packages. I used to use that all the
But
way through college.
but then I also say to that, so does poison.
Yeah. Ah, that's a good one. Do you speak at events?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you hosting
Co-
any of your own this year?
you know something? COVID. Can I swear?
Fuck yeah.
COVID fucked my shit in the ass, right? I'm not even gonna lie, yeah. I had so many plans. And
Yeah.
honest to God, like events, I love the idea of events. I did like a ladies kind of a lunch and kind of learn thing where it was like a 3-course meal. I had speakers, I had like a psychologist, I had
Yeah, I want to
a
come.
sex shop owner, a dominatrix, and someone that's into holistic sex comes down, and it was like
Woo.
we had food, and we also it was like a ladies thing. There was games, and it was a vibe. And I was like, you know what, we need more than
Yeah.
that. And then COVID happened. So
Oh,
yeah, events is
bring it back.
definitely mm,
Got to bring it back.
gonna bring it back, but also online. I
Yeah.
think COVID has taught us that we can do stuff online
Yeah.
a lot easier. And I did do an event at the beginning of the first lockdown, which was called the Sex Symposium. Again, got together loads of amazing individuals.
Yeah.
Big up Tabitha, who's just launched a new sex toy called the Ruby Glow Blush. I love
Oh,
Tabitha. She was
nice.
on there. There was other people on there, loads of people to mention. Yeah, sorry, I'm really digressing. But yeah, it was like, again, it was like for women to come in, and it was like an online space, and we just spoke about all the things, like all the
Yeah.
things. And it was
That's
a
good.
free event. I made it
Yeah,
free because I
we
wanted
need more. You see how they do the comedy shows? There's always comedy shows every month.
mm,
Like it would be nice to have a popular sex event that people can just go to, you know? They're doing this
yeah.
sip and stroke. Sip and stroke, they're doing a nude version. So it's like you go
Yes.
have a party
Someone
and you paint and then sexy men just come and pick you up off your chair and start gyrating on you. I'm like, okay, I'm going. I'm
she's
going
like,
next
I'm
month.
there. Where's the listen,
All right.
someone said to me just the other day, we just talked about that the other day, saying, would I go? Oh, it's me and Kay. We were saying,
Yeah.
would you go? I was like, yeah, Kay, let's go. We're gonna go.
Yeah. When you don't go, invite me, please. I would
You're
love to
coming
come with
too.
you. Please let me come. The
Definitely.
next one's on, there's one on the 9th of April. If you are down, let me know. I will go because I want to
Okay.
see men. I haven't seen men
I want to see
for a
men.
long
I just want
time.
to see. I
I
just
haven't
want to
seen
see
them.
men.
Oh, yeah, and I want to paint. I want to paint as well. I
Of
want to
course,
paint a little
because
bit, you know.
that's the reason why you're going to paint, isn't it?
I'm not going to be there like painting and just be like, yeah, cheese me! Cheese me! Because I haven't, I swear, I'm like a granny, you know.
No.
I just turned 36 last week, yeah, and I really need to like. I said to my son, I don't feel like I'm living.
But
I've
you
got
know
to
what?
the point where I'm like,
Do you not feel like COVID kind of done that though? Because COVID has switched up everything for everyone.
no, no, I don't think COVID didn't affect me at all. The
No,
only
but
thing it did,
in
it
terms
made
of being
me
able to go. Sorry,
to
go on.
go out. In terms of being able to go out, no, no,
No.
because the places that I went to, I just took a break.
Okay.
Like that year, I feel like I needed. I'm probably the only one that was going to say this, but I loved quarantine. I felt like I needed the world to stop,
Yeah.
fucking stop.
No,
And I felt
babes,
like
I'm with you.
I did that. I needed everyone to stop because I'm not in a good place, and I want to get back in a good place mentally, and then we can start again. And that actually happened. So it's like I clicked my fingers, and then when I clicked back, I was in a really good place. Everyone was getting back into what they were doing. But I was training on bridges. I made a project for myself. Don't stay in. I trained on 16 bridges in London, and I made that something that you're gonna do. You're not staying in your house. But the bridges were empty because no one was there. There was just tourists walking down, but I had the bridge to myself, and that was amazing. Some days, you know,
You feel that?
it
Yeah, you
really
made
brought
it.
me to me.
You made it
Yeah,
make sense.
yeah, and it was good. It was good, you know.
Yeah, I feel you. And the thing is, I'm similar. That break in normality was welcomed because it made me kind of reflect, and it actually made me back up my ideas in a lot of ways.
Yeah, like what we're gonna do. It made a lot of people like. It made me look at my life like, what am I doing? If
Yeah.
they can just, if Tesco can just tell me to stay at home for a year, what would I do if there was no Tesco? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people started to build businesses and stuff, and I just got a lot of positive stuff from that. So
Yeah.
are you from Clarendon in Jamaica?
No, well, no. So my dad's Trini, and my mum's
Okay,
Jamaican. So my mum's from St.
nice.
Thomas, Jamaica. Yeah.
Oh, St. Thomas. Oh, that's nice. It's nice up there,
What
isn't
part
it?
are you from? You Clarendon?
My mum's family were in Manchester, and
Okay.
then they moved down to Milk River, Clarendon.
Okay. You see, now I've got family. Well, St. Catherine, so Spanish Town, that whole kind of area.
Yeah, your
So
family got money. They live nice. They're cool. Milk River, it's golly golly. You know,
Oh, okay.
When I needed to have a bath, I used to fetch my water, and it's like, no,
Oh,
I'm just not gonna have a bath.
you know something? I can't cope with
I didn't
running.
like it.
The thing is,
I didn't like
I
it.
try not to. I try not to be stush, right? And you know,
Yeah,
I
because
just no.
I went to the bathroom, and when I turned on the tap in the bathroom, ants came out. So I was like,
Oh,
okay, Auntie, I need to have a bath. She said, go fetch the basin. So I'm like, no, I don't want to. No, I want to have a bath. She's like, no, the water don't work. I'm like, okay, so where do we get the water from? Down at the river. Okay, there's me thinking I'm Jamaican. Went to drink the water, you know, go to the river like, oh, it tastes nice. It was
these times
sick.
it's not nice.
Yeah, they're like, you can't live like us. Because at first, the first 2 days I was being a bit stush. But then I thought, no, let me just chill out and become, you know, try to stick to my roots. But I just felt like, why are you not building something for the kids to do? I was really disappointed in Jamaica when I went. I was disappointed in the people and
thing is,
where there's nothing for kids to do.
No, yeah, I think you're right. But I also think that a lot of it is like those that have, and those that don't have. And it's very evident in Jamaica. And also, there's a lot of sitting around and waiting for it to land in your lap kind of vibe, rather than getting up and doing it, like trying to make a situation out of nothing. I don't know.
My cousin was 10 years old. He was selling, remember shag bands? The shag bands that you make, the plastic string. He was selling them on the road, the 10-year-old, but his mum didn't do anything. So I'm like, you send your son out to sell these shag bands, what? You weren't doing nothing. So this 10-year-old was spending for their family. If he didn't get the plastic product, how's he get? But I'm like, your son's running a business. Like, you guys could get a piece of wood, build a shed, and make it a shag band thing, you know, paint it. It was really heartbreaking for me, but I love the country and the people are beautiful and they are amazing people. I love them, but I just wish there was more. I wish they had more, you know, the people that 10-year-old deserved way, way more. So do you have any holidays planned this year?
Do I have a holiday plan? I haven't got holidays planned, but believe me when I tell you my black ass is going to be on the plane this year. At least 3 times. I'm tired. I am so tired.
And me.
with London.
I'm tired.
I'm done with London. I'm getting on
I'm
that
moving
plane.
out soon. I'm moving out of London soon. I can't
Where
wait.
are you going?
I'm going to go back to Birmingham, where I was born.
Oh, what, you going back permanently?
Yeah, I'm going to go back in about 2 years' time. When my youngest starts secondary school, I'm
You're
going to
going
go back. Yeah. It's just, I want to come into the noise and then go back to the quiet.
I hear ya.
That's what I want to do.
I get a bit of that now because I mean, what side of London are you? Because I'm like on the periphery.
South. I'm in Southeast.
You see, I'm in Middlesex.
Oh, do you know what? I used to live kind of near there, but Middlesex is alright. It's kind of quiet.
I like it because, as you say, you can dip in and you can dip back out.
Yeah, I lived near the university.
Near where?
I live near Middlesex University.
Oh, okay, so like Enfield. So you were like sort of Enfield way?
Like Chase, something Chase.
I'm not sure what that is. I'm sort of Harrow end.
Yeah, I was just before that. So it was like the last stop was Enfield Town on my train. Yeah.
Enfield end.
I loved it up there. I liked Enfield. It was really good. But it got a bit violent. And then I thought, yeah, I'm moving out. Yeah, where I lived was near like a shopping centre place, and it's like my block, this area that I was in, there's just those people that lived there that was just, they looked like they did drugs, and I've come home and there's blood on my stairs and a knife and a blood on my stairs, and I've got a 2-year-old. I'm like, no, we're moving. No,
that's not what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I just had to get out, man. But it's a beautiful place, and I had fun there for 6 years. But I'm in South now, and I want to go to a quiet place. I want to be back around family again.
Yeah. You know? All the families up in Brum?
A lot of families in Brum, and a lot of families in... My family's scattered everywhere, man. Birmingham, Jamaica, America, you know, but all in countries where they can have a good life, which is good.
That's good, man.
They're all hardworking. So you started your Instagram on the 30th of October, 2015. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. Where did you get that information from?
Yeah, girl.
Where? We need to chat because I need to do some investigating.
Why did you start it?
I think I was on radio at the time.
Yeah.
And it was like the thing to do. Yeah.
You was like you was out about, you was at events, you was doing radio, you got bare funny photos, man.
But I've taken a lot of stuff off this Instagram, you know, over the years, you know what I mean? So
yeah, that's what I've done as well. You got to like reboot it, but it still shows your journey, which I love.
I've tried to leave a few things on there just as reminders, because it's easy to forget, especially when you've moved away from certain things. Like doing the whole presenting thing to me is like another life.
Yeah, but I feel like you are the natural presenter. The sex talk.
Someone messaged me the other day, actually.
Sorry, saying what? Who messaged
Someone messaged me the other day. Someone messaged me the other day. Said, "Have you ever thought about being on radio?" And I was just like, yes, I've been on radio.
Yeah,
you know,
I've been on radio.
Like, I mean, yeah, exactly. But it was like, oh, I've got this radio station and blah 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 blah. And I was just like, I kind of miss it. It made me think about it, and I was like, you know what, I miss it sometimes, but I don't know if I'd have the capacity to do, because it would just be another thing to kind of do and prep for, and do you know what I mean? And
what you're doing now, I say stick to that. Maybe radio for that. Sheryl's Rude Radio.
If it was going to be anything, it would have to definitely be in line with this stuff. Definitely. Yeah,
it's unique. What you do is unique, and even though everyone talks about sex and whatnot, it's not done the way you're doing it.
Oh, you're so good for my ego, girl.
It's not. Look around, you'll see. I can go watch on YouTube and watch a sex video and they're showing me diagrams and all this stuff. You're just there, you're engaging, I can listen, and I'm educated by the end of it. And you're confident in what you're saying, and you look like you enjoy it as well. You know, it's nice. It makes you feel good when you watch it.
And that's the thing. That's another thing for me. I really want women, especially, to enjoy sex.
Yeah, like, you can tell.
Sexual energy is the most powerful energy on this planet. Why are you doing
We're not
yourself an
using it.
injustice by lying there and not enjoying it? I get it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand the way we're conditioned. You know, we're supposed to be privileged that a man's fucking us. Do you know what I'm saying? Or he's putting his dick in us. No, it's actually the opposite. You should be privileged to know that you're allowed to put your dick in me. Like, I'm sorry to put it crudely, but that's how women have to approach this, because, and I always say, women fuck who they want to fuck, whilst men will fuck who they can fuck. They will fuck anything. Like, not anything, but, you know, within reason. So women, we have to kind of take like charge of that and just know that the power you have between your legs it ain't no joke. That will send a man mad for a start. It's a provider of pleasure, it's a provider of life, it's a provider of just everything. You know, you have to, if you're gonna have sex, I just feel like you have to make it make sense. Don't just do sex for the wrong reasons. And I think a lot of us do sex for the wrong reasons.
The wrong reasons, yeah, we do. A lot of us do. A lot of people weren't really. It depends on the upbringing as well.
Yeah,
you know,
massively.
Does your mum talk to you? Did your mum talk? My mum didn't talk to me about sex. I went to her and said, "Can you talk to me about sex?"
My mum spoke to me about sex.
She weren't really like. My mum spoke to my younger sister about sex, and it's like by the time she got to the youngest sister, she was ready to be a mum. You know, like she was always been a mum, like a super mum. She always did great. She did great. My mum did a great job. But when she got to the last daughter, which was her fifth one, she was in her getting onto her 30s, you know, and she started to become a woman, and she started teaching my little sister a lot of things, you know, and it shows in my sister's character and personality that she was nurtured by a woman. Whereas with me and my mum's never been like close, because I've always been the kid that was not in the house. Like, where's Bella? I don't know. Oh, she's check the tree out there, or the park around there. I was never in, so I didn't really need it. I didn't want it. Like, I just used to do me, you know. So I just felt like it would have been better for some people to be nurtured about sex by their own parents before they just go into it, because it helps you out, you know. I wish my mum said wear a condom, you know. Make sure you wear a condom.
But your mum's Jamaican though. Your mum's Jamaican. She's gonna say calm down.
No, my mum. She didn't tell me nothing. She just like, just don't catch AIDS.
AIDS, you know, of all the things, that's not even a thing to be worried about again. Well, it is.
I know. My mum. No, my mum's funny, man. She's amazing, but she had just 6 of us. You can't attend to everyone. It's hard, isn't it?
Can't.
You know. What events do you go to get knowledge to help you with what you're doing?
To be honest, again, because of the last couple of years, it's been quite thin on the ground. I mean, I do a lot of reading. Obviously, I'm studying, so it's a lot of reading. Events, I haven't really been to any events like in the kind of field for a while. I'm not gonna lie. It's more just reading and understanding, just getting a kind of understanding from a kind of scientific perspective, but then also just applying that just to what I see, what I hear, what I've experienced myself, and just kind of making sense of it. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of the stuff is just made sense in my head, and I feel like
that's amazing. You know, I don't think you understand how powerful that is. Everything you're showing us is just clear from your head. No.
But a lot of it, don't get me wrong, obviously I'll read like a certain, I don't know, there might be something, for example, like we know that masturbation, or we know that orgasms is good for you overall. Or, okay, take for example, exercise. We know exercise is good for you sexually. It can enhance your sexual performance, it improves circulation, you know, that kind of thing. For men, as I said on a little video I put up yesterday, it can help with erectile dysfunction and things like that. So these are facts. So then I'll just take those facts and just kind of mix it up and just throw it out as a video. Yeah,
but it's like you season the fact in your way, and that's what makes it Cheryl's World, you know.
I try to.
That's amazing, man. So,
because when you think about it, these facts are a bit dry, aren't they? These facts are dry otherwise.
Yeah, it's true. You got to spice them up. So it's just going to be like you're just talking about sex, but the way you do it, there's something. I'm going to find the word for it. But there's something about the way you do it. It's different. Like, I wouldn't listen to people talk about sex. I'll just be like, I come
We
out,
are.
the 16-year-old comes out. I start laughing and acting all silly, but with you, I'm actually pay attention and, oh, okay. And then I'm laughing as well because you're funny. You're
Oh, stop it.
comical, naturally, and you're funny. You make me laugh, trust me. It's funny. You took a picture by a car, like this year. She's on her page, guys. Look down. She's all sitting down by a car, and the car says "pussy."
You probably been scrolling through my shit.
Hey, trust me. I'm like, nah, this girl's funny. Your personality is amazing. Like, I love it. I wish I had a friend like you at school, you know?
Oh, thank
Who
you.
inspires you? Like, who inspires you?
Outside of my mum is my best mate. Not gonna lie to you. Like, seriously, my mum, listen, she champions everything. I always run everything through her like, Mum, is this too much? Cheryl, just do you. So my mum is
I
everything
love
to me.
that. I bet you look alike, innit?
We kind of, like a little bit.
You
I feel
say
like
that. I
I
bet
look
you
like my
two
dad, to
look
be honest.
alike.
It's mad because I kind of look more like my dad, but there's certain
Okay.
looks where I look like my mum. It's weird. I don't know. It's a bit of both. You see both of us, but we're like
same.
that, you know?
Oh, that's so good, man. What's it like being close with your mum?
It's everything. It's everything.
Oh,
Because
nice.
you know that she's like your number one cheerleader. And, you know, the reality is when she tells me something ain't right, I'm going to listen because I know that that's coming from a place of love, not just
judgmental.
anything.
Yeah. That's lovely, man.
And sometimes
That's so
we clash.
lovely.
She'll be like, no, I'm not feeling that. I'm like, well, I'm feeling it, so we're doing it. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
that's okay.
that's good. Are your parents married?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew it. You come from a good home.
Well, you say good home. I don't know about a good one. Depends how you want to define good.
Yeah. Like you. I feel like society has a program that they use to break down the black family.
Oh, definitely.
So when I hear that parents are still together from the 60s and 50s, like that warms my heart. It warms my heart, man. They stuck it through.
The black family is, that's a whole other life, babes.
Yeah, trust me. But I'm really proud. I'm really proud of your mum and dad for sticking it out because relationships are hard and people change.
Relationships are hard.
Yeah, people change.
They are hard, but I think you've got to want to make it happen. I say the same when it comes to sex. Like, you've got to want to have good sex. You can't just expect good sex. You've got to work at it. It's about communication. Same way, good relationships. You've got to communicate. You've got to talk. You've got to constantly be talking. It doesn't stop. You keep going, you know?
It's true.
And that's the important thing about it.
Okay.
I just wanted to mention, can I just mention something? Because, you know, obviously we were talking about fitness and sex. Like, have you, as someone that is like an amazing fitness like person, like honestly, I look at you and I'm just like, this girl is amazing. Like, her body is banging.
Oh, thank you.
Have you ever had a orgasm?
What? Explain what it is.
Okay, so so it's like an orgasm, but a lot of people, like, okay, here's some really nerdy facts for you. Like 1 in 10 women that attend the gym and 1 in 12 guys that attend the gym experience this. It's like an orgasm that stems from the fact that you're using your abs. So if you're doing like leg raises or if you're doing a lot of ab work, then it can trigger because it's like the contraction between the muscles and it stimulates and it can create and give you an orgasm. It's a real thing.
Yes, I've never had one, but there's a machine that I don't use because when I use it, I start to get turned on. So I don't use that machine. Yeah. It works my hamstrings and your butt at the same time.
Okay.
And I've got to lie on my stomach. So you've got to lie on your stomach, hold the bars like this, and then you curl your legs like that. Start to curl. I can't use that machine. And I hope anyone watching, don't fucking look at me when I'm using that machine because
it gets you off.
I start to get off on that machine. So I don't use it unless the gym's empty because then I can control it. I'm not coming for anyone, am I? I'm just coming for myself. But yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't know you would know that.
Yeah, man. And orgasms are real.
And there's another one. I had a client who was getting aroused when I was giving her, like she had to lift her legs up towards there and then open them as she comes down, close in and lift them up. She's like, I can't do that one.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's mad. Like the
core
connection
spasm.
between sex and exercise is just crazy.
What's it called? A coregasm.
It's called a coregasm. There's so many different types. Us women, trust me, I mean, obviously guys can have those, but we can have orgasms.
I know. And like, there's times when women can come multiple times, like non-stop, innit? Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, yes, we can.
Yeah, I love that, man. Okay,
so skin glow, girl. That's what makes the skin glow.
Yeah, that's so nice. Where can people find you, Cheryl? Before we wrap up, where can people find you if they want to find you?
Yeah, Instagram at Sheryl's World, sherylsworld.com. So same spelling. Everything's kind of like there. All my links. TikTok. Do my little thing on TikTok as well.
I'm gonna add you.
What was that? I'm
gonna add you. Yeah, I'm gonna add you on TikTok. You make me shimmy when I'm sorry.
Someone else said that to me. They were like, "What is this, Cheryl?" It's all. I'm like, you know what?
When I talk to you, I just wanna dance. Like you do something, man. You're so powerful. It's amazing.
Oh, that's it, me. But
it's the truth.
Oh, I don't know what to say. Thank you, darling. But yeah, so just sherylsworld.com, Sheryl's World on Instagram, Sheryl's World on TikTok, Sheryl's World basically everywhere.
Yeah, anything Sheryl's World you'll find. Okay, give some advice for a young lady or male who wants to go into podcasting and talking about sex as well. What advice would you give them?
I would say do it. I would say, like, obviously find a kind of unique kind of angle. Not even find a unique angle, just be true to yourself. Like, keep it real. Don't try and be or emulate or act like or, you know, fashion yourself on anybody else. Just be you, because there's a reason that you would want to share a message. So if there's a message that you want to share, it needs to be in your voice, and then the right people will find you. That's it. When you try too hard, people can see the wood through the trees.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Letting me talk to you and find out a bit more about you. I love you. I've loved you from the day that I met you, and I will continue to. I'm going to reach out again in about 6 months' time so I can see what's been happening and what's been going on with you. Yeah, I can't wait. That means you're going to continue, which I want you to do. So keep it up, yeah? I love you, babe. Have a good day. I'm going to post a few videos on YouTube tomorrow because my phone's broke. But I'm going to post it and I'll let you know, okay? But I hope you have a great day. You're welcome. See you soon. Bye.
See you.
See ya.